Okay. I got to take a look at my input state. Okay, we'll just do real simple. If input dot left held. Won't do any fancy movement or anything just yet. We'll just do, we'll go here, we'll go const. Speed will be speed times dt. Oh, whoops. Oops. Okie dokie. Okay, draw is just gonna be draw texture X. And it'll be, we got a dereference. I still get a little confused. This is the first time using pointers and references and that kind of shit. I still get a little confused with this stuff sometimes. Position, rotation be 0, scale. Base text scale and white. Okay, let's just see. I don't know if I fucked with any header files. We'll just do a clean build. Get into rule 357 nasty. Yeah, okay. I have run into that a little bit. That kind of shit is still very confusing to me. If your code is too smart, you won't be smart enough to, but yeah, you got to be 4 times as smart to debug it. Hell yeah. Yeah, I try and write everything as simple as I can. Oh, we need I guess we need to make a guy, hey? Okay, so guy, we just got to give him a position. Let's just go, I don't know, 300, 500. Smooth brain C++. Hell yeah, dude. I'd click on that. That's me. Yeah, one file, game.cpp. Oh, we got to, oopsies. That's Kernahan's law. Yeah, Southpaw's like a Linux programmer. Exactly, dude. I've been watching Cakes. It's so cool to see, man. Like, cause I'm not like a religious viewer of Cakes by any means, but like I've watched a couple. He's made a couple actually in SPACEMAN. I didn't even realize this until just recently, but when I was making Spaceman, there's like this lightning section where you got to fly through all these lightning bolts. And I watched a YouTube video on how to make like nice looking lightning. And it was cakes. I didn't even realize it until later, until like his, that video went viral of him checking his Steam sales or whatever. But yeah, I've watched his stream. Like I'll throw it on in the background while I'm working pretty frequently. He seems like a good dude. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, because it was like 30K and then that video went viral and it just shot him to the moon. I haven't played the game, have you? I'm not, it's not really my type of game. But just because he seems cool, I might give it a shot. Okay, so, oh, I guess I need to call guy.update, right? And guy.draw. Derp. Okay, there's our guy. All right, he's moving around. Probably want him to move a little bit faster than that. I gotta figure out, I'm in kind of like, let's go 200. Like experimental mode here where I gotta figure out how big I want the sprites to be, how big I want the objects to be, how fast the movement. Oh yeah, I gotta normalize the movement so that you don't go faster moving diagonal. Okay, that feels okay for now. Let's do that movement shit. So let's go here. Let's go back to guy.h. We'll give him a dx and a dy. I did this in Spaceman. I'll see if I remember the math here. Let's make it a static function for now. Static. Be a vector 2, I think, right? We'll go normalize direction, and we'll give it a dx and a dy. Okay, so we want, when we're moving diagonally, we want the movement per frame to be like 1 unit or whatever instead of like 1.4. So what do you do that? How do you go dx squared, right? Plus dy squared. So that gives us the hypotenuse, and we want to take the square root of this, right? Whoops. And then we want to, so we'll call this hypotenuse or magnitude. And then we want to do then we're going to return, so that our vector 2 is going to be dx divided by magnitude, dy divided by magnitude, right? And what we'll do is, instead of this, instead of doing position x, we'll go, okay, first we got to set dx and dy in our constructor. And then it'll be dx equals negative speed dy negative speed, oops, and then positive speed, and then we'll do normalized, and that'll be normalized direction dx, oopsies, dy, and then it'll be position dot x plus equals normalized dot x. Let's see if I did this right. Very possible that I did not. Now my guy's not even showing up. Hot reload in C++, better get that working early than late. Okay, actually, yeah, you know what? I have been wondering about const all the things. Yes, I try to const everything. You only need 223. Let's go, buddy. Too busy playing Stellar Blade. Nice. Is it good? Boolean, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Everybody follow Boolean. Man, we got all the programmer homies in the chat. The CGLM math library. Hell yeah, dude. I like I've been like relearning all this like Pythagorean theorem shit, and it's actually been kind of fun. Like I like trying to sit here and work through it, but I don't know if I'm doing this right. Is it D? So returns a vector to negative speed. Because our guy's not even showing up on the screen anymore. So plus equals normalized. Yeah. So. Oh, right. I think I had to do. I think like if dx is 0 or oops. dy equals 0, we return because we don't want to like just return dx dy. No, I think this is wrong. We'll find out. Oh, I see. I do have like an incremental build system going on. So if I'm just like doing little things like this, the compile times aren't bad, but okay, this obviously didn't do anything. What is the, I wonder if I should just open up the, I don't even know if I have the SPACEMAN code base on here anymore. So that's a squared, that's b squared, we get c squared. We take the square root of that and we get c, and we just want c to be 1. We want to normalize c to 1. So that would be I think that's right. I think the problem is in here. Let me try something here real quick. I know I could look it up in 2 seconds, but. Okay. Oh, fuck, I'm an idiot. I do have to do it because okay, hold up. Let's go back to this here. I'm dumb. I adjusted the header file, which means I do need to do a full rebuild. Let's try that. Maybe that'll figure it out. Dude, I saw your tweet, and it's something that I've been saying on the stream a lot, because like a lot of times people come in here and tell me just to get AI to do it, and then I have a crash out. Because I like typing and I like thinking through problems, and I've really fallen in love with like programming. Like I love making games and game design and all that stuff, but really it's like an excuse to write code. Like I just love writing code. So I just want to get, just personally for my own sake, I want to get better at it. It's just like with music, like I make a living playing music, and it's like I just want to become a better like songwriter and musician. But I do love AI as like a tutor, like you were saying. Like I love, it's just like you can ask it questions and you can really dig in. And if your goal is actually to learn and get better, then you can use AI to make that happen so much faster. If you want it to just do stuff for you, that's fine too, man. Like if you want to tutor. Yeah, vibe learning, man. I'm all about vibe learning. But yeah, like if that's the goal, and like if your thing is like, you know, you just want the end product and you're not really interested in programming and you want to use AI to vibe code something, like that's fine. I don't give a shit. But it makes me crash out when people come in and they're like, why don't you just fucking get AI to do it? I'm like, no, I don't want to. I'd rather do it the slow way. Yeah, there is that is one thing I was asking ChatGPT about, and it helped me get this incremental build for you have to make like .d files or something like that to track the header changes. I have to look into that. As it is right now, if I change a CPP file, I don't have to do an incremental build, or I don't have to do a full rebuild, but if I change a header, I do. Okay, that didn't fix the problem. So my guy's not even fucking showing up anymore. So let's go back to the old code here. I'm doing something wrong. Oops. Interesting. Oh, whoops. Okay, I'm just gonna try and just plug in the delta X and delta Y. Okay, that's working. So it's when I throw in this, oh, hold up a sec. Oh, you know what it is? I think. I'm not setting it back to 0. So let's do this. Oops. Okay, now let's try this normalization trick here. Nice, still gone. What the fuck? Okay, so we gotta step through this guy here. Hold 2 keys at once. Right, good call. What did I do for Spaceman for that? I can't even remember. I think it just canceled it out. Okay, what is this? This is guy.cpp. See, the reason I don't like this as much is just because I haven't learned the all the hotkeys and stuff, so I got to use the mouse. I feel like an old pleb using the mouse. All right, let's step through this guy here. Debug build so much. Hardest part of the game dev isn't writing code, it's debugging. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Okay, let's step into this here. So what's going on? So right now, dx. So our normal, so let me think about this. When dx is 0, like we should just get back zeros, right? Which would be fine, because then position.x would increase by 0. Position.y would increase by 0, I think. But let's see. So dx in this case is 0, 0 times 0. I wonder if we're just getting like undefined behavior. Magnitude is, yeah, so dividing by 0. I see. So wait, let's try, here, let's try this. Magnitude is 0, then we just return 0, 0. Okay, that worked. We don't have the, at least I don't think he's going faster. I don't think he's going faster diagonally. He is a lot slower though now, which is interesting. I wonder why that is. Should this be plus equals? I don't think so, right? Because you would set the delta to the actual speed value. Oh, I know why. No. I'm doing this wrong. This is going to be -1. This is going to be 1. That's going to be 1. That's going to be 1. And then we're going to multiply our normalized can you multiply? You can't do vector 2 times a float. I'd have to define that myself, right? So we'll actually not const this one, because what we're going to do is we're going to go normalized dot x times equals speed. This also might not work now that I think about it, because this might multiply every frame and then get this like runaway thing going on. Oh no, that did work. Oh yeah, because it resets it every frame. Sweet. Nice. Okay, awesome. That works. Hell yeah. I do have a meeting. Yeah, I got to leave in about 5 minutes here. Things like that you want to debug with print statements, or yeah, I haven't looked at, how do you say it? Is it imGUI or IMGUI? Dynamic issues. Yeah, that's another thing I think about a lot is like the step through debugger is great for when you want to check like you want to check multiple values at one like instant in time. And then when you want to have like printf, I use printf more for like when you want to check one or two values over a span of time. Speed times time. Hold up. Speed times time is distance. Wait, yeah, you're right. Right, and then your delta, you'd be multiplying your normalized x and y by distance. Dude, that's crazy. I've never thought of that. We'll call it dist. Yeah, I guess you're right, because it would be how many pixels. Because I always thought of speed as like how many pixels per. I mean, you could make the argument maybe that it's speed, right? Because like kilometers per hour is a speed. It's not go slower diagonally. It's that I don't want him to go faster diagonally. So what happens is I can show you here, and then I'll leave. So when you're making games, yeah, here's my pissing around with sine wave shit I was doing the other day. Can I just make a new? How do you just make a new one? Reset. So what happens is if you're making a game and you have a guy, let's say he moves 5 pixels per frame, going to the left. So every single frame, if you're pressing or to the right, let's say. He's going to move 5 pixels every frame when you're holding the left key. And then you have the same thing going on. Jesus, man, this is why I'm a pixel artist. Same thing going on here, right? Anytime I'm holding the up key, he's going to move distance of 5 pixels per frame. The problem is that when you go diagonal, you end up moving more than that 5. So what you do is it's old school Pythagorean theorem shit here. So you'd square these two, 25, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So in this case, you'd have 25, so it'd be square root of 50, right? Where the hell's the square root here? How do I even do this? Square root of 50? No. Fuck. Whatever that value is, right? It ends up being something like 6.5 or like 7. So when you're moving in a game, you don't want the guy to go faster diagonally. you want it to still be the same like speed value. You only want them to go 5 pixels in the diagonal per frame. So then what you have to do, you have to normalize this to be the same as that. So that's this shit that we were doing here, is taking this direction and normalizing that hypotenuse to be the same. I only want them to move 5 pixels diagonally per frame. Let it calculate, divide the speed by half. Yeah, if only it were that simple. But yeah, that's like a classic thing in games. I've written that code so many times and I forget how it works every time. Every time I have to sit down and sort of go, okay, how the fuck does this work again? Okay, anyways, I have a meeting in 15 minutes, so I got to run. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. my time, which is, I think we're 2 hours behind Eastern right now. I'm in Saskatchewan. We don't observe daylight savings. So half the year we're in Mountain Time, half the year we're in Central. I never have a fucking clue which one it is. Castellos, Anti-Ladane, Solo. Guys, everybody follow Olex. Dude, Olex, thanks for hanging, man. I really appreciate it. Follow Freezing. Follow Boolean. Boolean, it's good to see you, man. Hell yeah. All the homies, all the programming homies in here today. Let's find somebody to raid real quick. Let's see who's on. Who do we got doing games today? White Vault is on. Nathan Baggs, I think we rated him. Oh, Olex is on. Perfect. Let's rate Olex. Perfect. Thank you very much, everybody. We will see you tomorrow evening. Hell yeah. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day.